Well, hello everybody. Once again, my name is Daniel Slocky, and I am your host for Wednesdays with William. Today, we are going to have two very special guests today for week 5, and it is a mother-daughter duo, and we're doing a virtual makeover. But once again, without further ado, let's go ahead and introduce our main event and true host. Actually, he started as a runway model, and also he is the creator of Billy's Blues. Let's please welcome William Squire.
Thank you. Daniel, thank you. How are you today?
I'm doing fantastic. I can't complain. The weather's great out here and the sun is shining.
Well, then life is good.
It always is.
Thank you for being here. And everybody, thank you for joining me today on Wednesdays with William. I'm William Squire, and I can't tell you how much I enjoy my Wednesdays with you. It feels like it somehow puts us together, and it's just wonderful that you spend this time with me. And I'm thrilled. I look forward to it all week, so thank you for being here with me. And thank you those that signed up for the newsletter. Again, I had a newsletter go out yesterday that had some information and a few special gifts. So if you haven't signed up for that, please sign up for it at billysblues.com. And then I also put the links for the entire Wednesdays with William for August on that as well. So anyway, I thank you for that. And I need to apologize. Oh my gosh. We had some problems with the video last week, and I just feel terrible. I mean, Vicky and Elizabeth and Fran and all, just such dear, wonderful people could not watch the fabulous Susan Stein video. So we are working with that. I've been in touch with Facebook. My IT team is working with it. It's just one of those glitches that happens, but do know that it will be available. This one will be available as well. We're going to start doing it not only on Facebook, but also we'll put it on my YouTube channel. So by next week, you'll be able to watch that as well. You know, you're still working all these technical things. We're still just kind of figuring out. There's always a few glitches, but I guarantee you by 2022, we're going to have everything figured out. It's going to be very smooth. So anyway, thank you again for those of you that were sending in some photos too. That means the world to me. I get to go through them in the mornings. I get to see your beautiful faces. But I did want to show you a video of, or a picture of a friend of mine. She actually went to high school with me, and she ordered my products, and she doesn't wear a lot of makeup, but she bought all my makeup and she put it on. Kathy, thank you for representing Idaho so beautifully. I think it's beautiful. And what happens a lot of times when I tell women about blue mascara and blue eyeliner and, you know, one color blush and one color lipstick, they think, well, how's it going to work on me? But it really does work on everyone. And Kathy, I think you look beautiful, and thank you for taking that risk and trying some new products. And as I say, you're my Idaho Billy's Blues representative. So thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. And I am excited today because we are doing a virtual makeover. But before I do that, I just have to get to one question. I'm not going to do a lot of questions today, at least myself, because we have such a full show with our special guest stars. But I did want to answer this question. Dear William, I am completely out of foundation and need to buy some this week. I have a big reunion this weekend. Any tips? Connie Christensen. So Connie, yes, if you've got a big reunion going on, I wonder if it's a high school or college or what it is, you're going to have, you have to send me pictures when you get done because I need to see how you look. But foundation, yes, we're going to do an entire show on foundation, concealers, highlight, low light, contour, all of that. But just so you'll look fabulous this weekend, let me give you a couple basic points. Very difficult I mean, not difficult, I shouldn't say that. It's important to find the perfect foundation, but it can be difficult to do that because there's so many different colors and so many foundations out there. First thing you need to do is you need to find out if you're a pink undertone or a golden, warm, sandy undertone. That's really the basis of what color foundation you're going to find. I have a chart here. It just shows all the different colors from a pinker tone to one. You can see the second one is a little more bisque. You suddenly start getting to a sandy. Then you start getting into something a little bit more bronzy. I mean, there's so many undertones. And once you find your undertone, it can go from light to dark. It can go from 1 to 10. So you really need to find out, okay, am I a pinker undertone? And generally, you'll just look at your skin. You'll be able to see, do I look pinker? Do I look a little bit warmer, bronzer? Once you find that out, you're going to want to find the foundation, and you're going to want to match it to your skin, to your actual skin tone. You don't want to go too light. You can see what happens, unfortunately, if your foundation is too light for the rest of your body. Same with it being too light. Look what happens if it's too dark. So again, you really want to find something as close to your actual skin tone as you can. Also remember, in the summertime especially, women and men, but women get some color often on their chest. So you can have a light neck, a warmer colored chest, and then go with a light color foundation, because then you will have that line of demarcation. So you really want to find a color that blends in well with your skin. Put it on your skin, let it sit maybe 5 minutes. Make sure you look at it outside. Look at it. I don't know if your reunion is Zoom or not, but look at it on the camera. Look at it, you know, in dark lighting, light lighting, natural lighting. And this is the best way to do it, is just to put a couple different ones on your skin, and you'll see which one goes in. You can see this woman already. The one on top, she's a very pink undertone. So that one on top has those gold tones. It's going to even go golder. The second one is more of a bisque tone, which probably will absorb into her skin nicely. The third one is going to be a little bit too light or a little bit too pink. So you really just want to make sure you get that proper undertone. And I think you're going to be, I think you're going to be okay, Connie. I really would love a picture of it too. But good luck. I guess you get it online now. I don't know if stores are open and you're going and shopping for it. So if you do order it online, order like 2 or 3 that you think are going to be very close, or ask the company for samples of similar tones to the one that you got, so that way you can try a few samples instead of opening up 3 different foundations. So anyway, Connie, I hope that helps. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell a little bit about this virtual makeover we're doing. It's the wave of the future, at least the immediate future. You know, of course, I miss going to my clients, and I miss them coming to me, and I miss actually seeing that face and working with that beautiful face. But this is something that I've been doing now for a couple months, and it really works well. It's a perfect time to create something new and try something new. And I'm hoping that we don't do virtual makeovers next year or whenever it comes. But for now, it's really just a fun way, I think, to still feel connected, get some information. And they're called virtual makeovers. Who would have thought a year ago that we'd be doing virtual makeovers? It's just such an unusual term to me. But they're wonderful and they're fun. And today, I'm doing it with our favorite guest star. Many of you know her. It's Carter Calvert, and her daughter Ella are going to be joining me. So I'm very excited about that. If you don't know Carter, let me just tell a little bit about her. Many of you might have seen her from some of her Broadway work. 2 shows, Ain't Nothing But the Blues and Smokey Joe's Cafe. She's very well known for. She got to sing Fever in Ain't Nothing But the Blues, and what a moment that was. So you can catch her on Broadway. If you don't happen to catch her on Broadway, you may have caught her in one of her traveling shows. Here she is in Cats, and doing Evita. I had the pleasure of actually seeing the video of Carter doing Evita, and oh, you know, and I love Patty, but I am so sorry, Patty. Carter she is Evita. If you ever get an opportunity to see that, that was a remarkable performance. So she performs in shows. Forbidden Broadway, look at her there in the middle being Matilda. Carter is known for her sense of humor, and she is one of the funniest comedian actresses that I've ever had the pleasure of knowing or working with. So she performs. She also does a show called Always Patsy Cline with Sally Struthers. And again, if this comes to a city near you or even a state near you, again, next year when things get back to whatever normal will be, run to see it, because I must tell you, it's just one of those theatrical moments that you'll always remember. And she's just absolutely delightful, singing 20 or 30, I don't know, it seems like she sings 50 songs in that show, all Patsy Cline. You close your eyes, you think you're hearing Patsy Cline. So wonderful show that she's done. Also, we get to listen to her on her CDs. Most nights we say, Echo Carter Calvert Jazz, Echo Carter Calvert, and we listen to Carter entertain us as we have our dinner. So there's quite I believe Carter, we'll have to find out, I believe she has 4 current CDs out, and they are amazing. In fact, can I just close my eyes for a minute, pretend I'm eating, and Dan, can you put a little Carter on?
This is a man's world. This is a man's world. But it wouldn't be nothing, without a woman or a girl.
Oh, I tell you, I love to listen to that. You know, always wanted to sing, and it's funny. Well, I'll tell a story. When I was a ballet theater major, and after 4 years of voice teacher or of voice lessons, my voice teacher said, "You know what, William? I just got to tell you one thing." And I thought, "Oh, good, she's going to tell me how talented I am." Her comment to me was, "Thank the Lord above that you can dance." Anyway, I just take that as a sign I wasn't supposed to sing, but what a talent. Anyway, her CDs are wonderful. You've maybe heard her on the radio. Also, next we have, there we go, Carter and her beautiful daughter, Ella. She plays the role of mother so well, and I think it's probably her favorite role. And anyway, you're going to meet them shortly. I just had to show you this because this is one of my favorite pictures of Carter. She's a very bored supermodel. This was during our Billy's Blues photo shoot. Many of you have gone to the Muse page and seen the picture that we used for our campaign with Carter. This is one that you haven't seen. This is one that's still up and coming, but I wanted to share you a little secret, share with you, and show you something a little different that no one else has seen yet. So you will be seeing this coming up. But that is the gorgeous Carter Calvert. So now from the West Coast to the East Coast, let's join Carter and her daughter, Ella, from New York City. Carter, Ella, hello.
Hi, we're so excited to be here.
You both look beautiful. You really do. Thank you for doing this. I mean, look at you, no makeup, and you're both just here ready to be my guinea pigs, I guess you'd say.
We just rolled out of bed. This is how we look.
You look amazing. Thank you so much. And Ella, I just have to say congratulations, valedictorian.
Thank
Is that how you say it, valedictorian?
Valedictorian.
Oh, see, I didn't, you can tell I was the valedictorian. Congratulations on that. That's amazing.
I have just one more thing to butt in. I totally forgot at the beginning of the show that today's question and answer portion is going to work a little bit differently. So William is going to be actually working with Carter and Ella on their makeup. So if you guys have question and answers during the actual time frame, I'll be hopping on in just as much as I did right here. So go ahead and open up that Q&A part of the bottom section of your Zoom. And if you have any questions that are very pertinent to what they're doing at the time, I'll pop up and ask questions. So just want to make sure to pop that in before. I forgot to do it at the beginning. So I'll see you guys in a bit.
Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate that. And Carter, before we begin, you had like some weather last night, huh?
We did. We were supposed to do a little rehearsal with you last night, and we had some crazy storm that knocked out all of our power and just completely kind of destroyed our backyard a little bit. So we got to try to put it all back together again today. That was real fun. Ella used the scooper to get all the leaves out of the pool, so that was nice. We appreciated that.
I was wondering what would happen to the pool. Did it get so much rain it would like overflow?
No.
And come up onto the grass or anything?
No, it was pretty okay. We just put some more chemicals in it, and Ella helped scoop it out, chlorine and all that stuff.
Oh, so you're probably kind of jealous of our perfect weather here of 120. You know?
I'm jealous of your fabulous home. You know, whenever I see that picture in the background, I immediately am hungry. I need to eat something because you're such a wonderful host. So when I see that picture, I just need some chips.
We have had some good brunches and lunches and dinners here, but anyway, well, you know what? Thank you again so much for doing this. I really appreciate it. And I just kind of want to get a feel of first, Ella, tell me, I mean, I'm not really up with the scoop of I shouldn't say your generation, but are a lot of girls wearing makeup? Do you see a lot of girls like when you were at school, your age wearing makeup, or some wearing, some aren't? How does that go?
Well, usually in school, like, I don't really see that many people wearing makeup, probably because it's really early and no one wants to do it. Mm-hmm. I mean, sometimes people will wear like a little bit of mascara and maybe like some lip gloss, but for the most part, not really.
Yeah, and not a lot. Now, how old are you?
I'm 14.
Okay, I don't know why I was thinking 13, 14. And then when did you start getting interested in makeup? I mean, is this just recent, or have you always kind of been liking makeup?
It was pretty recent, like probably this year, because I started watching a bunch of like makeup tutorials on YouTube, and it looked really fun. And mommy gave me a bunch of stuff to kind of play with, and yeah.
Oh, well, I'm so thrilled.
At it too. She keeps telling me she wants to give me a makeover. I'm like, I need it.
I love a makeup girl. I love that. Well, you know what I want to do first? Now, your face, and I'm going to put my glasses on. I'm going to get kind of close here. So here we go. I'm going to come up a little closer because I really want to see what we're doing. But this is how we really need to do it so I can see exactly what's going on. Your lighting is beautiful. We're still figuring mine out. So maybe by next week, it'll be perfect lighting. But until then, I can see you, and that's what's important. So moisturizer on both of you? You have your moisturizer on?
Yes, I do a serum. I wash my face and I do like a toner, a serum, and then a moisturizer with SPF.
And Ella, what type of product, do you need anything or what do you use?
Well, I usually use a cleanser and then a serum and then a moisturizer.
And what's your serum? What kind of a serum and what is your serum for?
I'm not really sure. Mommy gave it to me because she had like a bunch of samples. But I have my eye on like this Glow Boost serum that I'm kind of saving up my money for.
Yeah. Well, absolutely. And whatever, I mean, you don't need like anti-wrinkle serums and that kind of thing, but a boost or a vitamin C or any of those serums that are good for your skin, because you've got great skin. We want to keep it. That's the thing we want to do, is protect it now. Your creams, it sounds like you're on the right path. And now, do you use foundation, Elle, or do you just do a touch of concealer?
I don't use foundation. I just use concealer. And
you don't need to. Look at that. So go ahead, and I want you to be putting on your concealer. Carter, we're doing foundation.
Oh,
you and I are doing something.
Okay, now I have to tell you, the minute I found out we were doing this, I ordered some more foundation because I'm out. I usually use a MAC. So I have like kind of a powder foundation. It's by Lancome. So that I thought it was going to get delivered today. I ordered it, and because we haven't really needed a whole lot while we've been in lockdown. But I ordered it and it just hasn't shown up yet. So
no, whatever you've got, I just want to see kind of how you're doing it. And you generally use a concealer, Carter? You just do foundation?
I always use concealer. I have a MAC concealer that I use.
All right, let's put a little bit of that on first. And you use
my Billy's Blues foundation brush to put it on.
Yes, thank you. And Ella, you put yours on with, is that a sponge applicator that you use? Oh, then you use like one of the beauty brushes or the beauty sponges.
Yeah.
And then you just blend it in. And you find that sponge works well for you, Ella, rather than a brush or fingers or?
Yeah, it kind of just helps it like soak into my skin and like blend it in.
Yeah, oh my gosh. And then how often do you wash that? Is that something that is washed daily, or is it you use different corners, or how does that work?
Well, I usually use like this top portion.
Yeah.
And I just kind of rinse it out.
Yeah, I mean, it's just being used on your skin, so it's something that it's not like it's being passed around through the neighborhood. So, I mean.
Not during pandemics, but if we weren't having a pandemic, we would share it with the neighbors.
I know you would. And Carter, when you do your concealer, I'm just saying you put yours on with your fingers.
Yeah, I use my Billy's Blues foundation brush
Sure.
to kind of get it on, and then I blend it with my fingers.
And then do you put it on the inside corner of your eye in here?
I do. I just, dark circles is something I struggle with. So
no, but that's the most important area for concealer. I think a lot of people aren't aware of that, and you're doing it. But this is probably the most important area to do your concealer, like a V around the eye area. And then, of course, underneath where you're needed, around the nose area here, of course, is a very good area, mouth, and where you need a little bit of that extra concealer. And then I see you're doing it on the eyelid, which I love, Carter.
Oh, I'll do more. Whatever you tell me to do,
do that. But that's something I'm asked often, because I'll put like eyeshadow on a client, and they'll say, well, it looks different when I do it. But I'll say, well, of course, you've got to do a concealer or something on the eyelid, because otherwise we have pink and blue and all these different colors on the eyelid, and then you just put the eyeshadow on. Of course, it's not going to be the color in the palette. So I think it's a great idea, and we'll keep that shadow on all day long. So
and do you think that's good enough, or do you recommend, because they do sell
primer,
like eye shadow? Yeah, eye primer.
Do you know what? For my money, I like concealer. I think if you have a specific problem and need an eye primer, but the problem with a primer in a lot of cases is they get kind of thick and kind of gooey. And I've just never been as successful with them, because for most of my clients, I think just a little concealer in that eye area is enough, because the concealer is made to absorb, to blot out skin, to, you know, hold products. And so I think it's fine. Now, are you doing your foundation now, Carter, or are you doing still, you know?
No, I'm doing my foundation because I ran out, and this is an empty tube. So
No, that's fine. I'm just looking. I want to, so you did your concealer. Now you're doing your foundation.
yes, I have this Lancome. It's a foundation. It's called a multitasking powder and foundation.
Sure.
And it has SPF in it.
Beautiful. Now, Ella, you've just got your concealer on, right? So you're primed and ready. All right. Now, Ella, do you do a little bit on your lips?
On my what?
Lips? Your lips? Do a little for me. Just try a little bit with your beauty, just a little bit, whatever you have left, just to give a little, there you go, right on that lip area. Don't forget that, because again, it'll really kind of keep on your gloss and give a little bit more perfect of a line.
Ooh, that's a good secret. Tip. Yeah, definitely.
No, it really does kind of make a difference there. So, and then with your makeup, Carter, and keep working as you're doing it. But I was just thinking, when you do shows,
I'm done with the foundation. So do I need to put more on?
No. Excuse me. No, not at all. It's beautiful. No, I was just thinking, though, when you do your shows and you do a lot of that heavy foundation, do you find that affecting your skin? Or, I mean, you put it on before the show, you come home, you wash it off. Is your skin pretty good during a run of a show, or do you have problems?
It's really good. I mean, my skin's really good. I'm fanatical about washing my face before I go to bed. I don't care how late it is. I wash my face every single night. Are you the same way, Boo, or do you sometimes?
Pretty much. Sometimes I get a little lazy, but most of the time, like I'll always take my makeup off and like apply moisturizers and serums and cleansers.
Good
and
for you, Owen.
She always uses sunscreen, which I think is the real key to how beautiful her skin is. She's fanatical about it.
I'm so proud. I'm so happy here. I've got a tear. I really do. All right. So now, how about
a quick question? Somebody was saying that you guys were putting some things. Was it above your lip or actually on your lips as well?
We put it on our lip. We put a little foundation or concealer on our lips.
Yep. It's a good trick, Daniel. It just gives you, again, it gives the lipstick or the gloss the true color. And it also will hold it on a little bit. Then it's easier to create that shape. So let's get the lip pencil next and do a lip pencil. Carter, you do a lip pencil, and do you also outline your lips, Ella?
Not usually. I just go in with like a lipstick.
Yeah. Practice a little lip liner. Do you mind just doing a little lip liner just to try?
Yeah. She's really good.
Okay, I've never used a lip liner before. Does it just go like around?
Yeah, right on your lip. You've got a great shape to your lip. If you needed to change it a little bit, you certainly could. You don't have to go too heavy. You don't need a lot of pressure. It just creates a little bit more of that perfect lip for you to put your lipstick and your lip gloss. And then the older you get, of course, then we have to kind of build the lip up on one side. We have to make some corrections here and there.
You'll see that in just a minute, how we build that up like a robot.
But for you, Ella, just try it lightly, just to give it a little bit of an extra look to see if it's something that you enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you get it on, generally you want to get the brush on the other end of it and just kind of smooth it out onto the lip so you don't have a definite line. It just gives a natural looking lip.
Mm-hmm.
Now just get the brush. Yeah, brush the lip liner into the lips a little bit. You look like a pro, though. She really looks like she's a pro at this.
A lot of, she's really interested in, like, the thing about Ella is anything she does incredibly well. So she learns and practices, and, she's had a lot of time in quarantine to get good. So sometimes she'll come down the stairs and we're like, woohoo, who's this supermodel? So.
No, but I'm very impressed, Ella. I mean, because one week it's like, okay, now she's doing a show. One week she's dancing. One week she's singing. The next week she's playing an instrument. Now she's a makeup artist. I mean, I love that. I'm just like, what is it next week? This is great. I was like, when I was her age, I was like building Lincoln logs and coloring, and she's doing all these amazing things. So anyway.
She is amazing. She wows me all the time, and she's got a good heart. She's a great kid.
Good. All right.
Okay.
What does it look? I like it. it just gives a little extra something, Elle. I really do think it's kind of a fun thing. Then Carter, you go ahead.
Ooh, that's pretty. That looks, and that color looks
I like
really.
yeah, I like this color on you.
Yeah, it's a color that I think works on everybody. I've yet to run into, someone it doesn't quite work with, but I think lip liners are definitely important. So, and you can see Carter knows what she's doing with her lip
Oh, I'm
liner. I love that.
sorry. Did you want to give me some hints and tips?
No, you're doing great. I'm
I
looking at.
watched your lip. I watched your whole lip makeover thing. So I'm like ready to start my own webinars. Really.
Oh, I know. I'm thinking that we're going to have Thursdays with Carter, and I don't know. We'll figure it out. And next it'll be Carter's Blues coming out, her own cosmetics line. I'm waiting for her. I think you should. I think you should. No, you're doing a great job. And you've got a great shape to your lips anyway, but.
Thank you.
Yes, queen.
Doesn't she?
Well, you got the same lips, girl, so.
Yeah. And then blend that in a little bit. I love that. Hey, Ella, by the way, do you like black licorice or red licorice? Or neither?
Is red licorice like Twizzlers?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, definitely red licorice.
Okay. I was just thinking of that. I was talking to a client, actually, and I was saying it had to do with our video, and I said, I'm so sorry you couldn't watch it. I said, I need to send you I'm a sorry present, and I said, I'm going to send you some black licorice. And she said, don't you send me black licorice. I only like red licorice. And I started to think, I like black licorice, and I think it's like cilantro. Either people really love black licorice or they don't,
Do you like red or just black?
Oh, I like red too, but black's kind of a favorite. Sandy, are you listening? Sandy's my cohort with black licorice. I think, Vicky, tell me if you like black licorice. Now I'm curious. Anyway, back to makeup. We're going to have to do a show Wednesdays with William about food, because we're foodies.
I love it. Everyone can just bring like a bag, their favorite bag of chips, and we'll just dish about.
Oh, do you remember picnic chips? Those little ones in a canister, and they're like shredded. No, they're called picnics. And they're like these pieces of, okay, they're on their way, don't worry.
Yay!
All right, so Ella, you do lipstick, so go ahead and put your lipstick on. Do you use a brush or put it on directly?
I just put it on directly.
Yeah, at some point you may want to use a brush, just for the fact that it saves the lipstick. You really save the tube, and then you don't get the tube where it's just flat all the way across, so you can kind of save it. And these lipsticks, there's a lipstick out now, by the way, for $150, a tube. I'm not going to tell you the brand. But when you get to that point, you want to kind of be careful. Yeah. But go ahead and put it. Go ahead and put it on, and then Carter, go ahead and put your. Are you going to do lipstick or just gloss?
I'm going to do lipstick.
Try it. Can you do this? Can you put it on with the brush, Carter?
Yes.
Let's try it. Just because what it will do, it's going to push it into the lips a little bit deeper. It's going to be a little bit longer wearing, and then you're going to get a little bit more of an exact look that we're looking for. Daniel, are you going to put lipstick on? Are you here?
I need to go downstairs. I think I actually have some Billy's Blues downstairs. Maybe I should. But somebody asked a question. Stacy asked, what was that lip liner color that you said worked on everybody?
It's the Billy's Blues lip liner, and I just have the one color called Elegant Rose. So it's at my website, thebillysblues.com, and it's the only lip liner I have. But it's just a good color that's got that warm tone, a little bit of a cool tone. It kind of is a natural lip. Are you wearing some bracelets there?
It comes with it's packaged gorgeously.
Oh, look at Ella. Look at you.
That is my go-to gift. Like if there's someone I really care about, I give them some Billy's Blues.
Oh, you're sweet. You're one of my muses, right? So thank you. And now with your gloss, go ahead and Ella, put some gloss on. Do you put it generally over your lipstick on the bottom, or do you do the whole lip with your gloss?
I will put it on the bottom and then just kind of put my lips together.
Yeah.
Spread it around.
And kind of break it all up a little bit. Just do a little bit on the bottom, and don't necessarily squeeze to start, because as you talk, it's just going to naturally go on top. But in your mind, think you always want your bottom lip to be twice as shiny as your top lip.
Ooh,
so that means it's going to be a little fuller, and that's why we do the glosses, to make the bottom look fuller than the bottom. And also we want the light to come down onto the gloss, and it goes right back up into the eye. So go ahead and put it on, ladies, and just a little gloss, and just on the bottom to start.
I'm going to let her, we're sharing.
Using some Billy's Brilliant.
Oh my God. No, I did not. This is not supposed to be it. advertisement for my
Well,
products, but thank
we
you
know
for
what we
using
like,
them.
but the problem is Ella has completely taken over all my makeup. So I'm gonna
Oh
have to be
no.
putting in a new order.
I will have one on its way, my dear.
Now, here's my question for you, William. So I've always learned that you put like a little dab in the center of your bottom lip. Is that true? If so, then why does she get to put it all over her lip? And
Generally speaking, you want to just do it in the bottom, and it's supposed to actually be on the middle third. If you divide your lips into a third, and a third, it should be in the middle third. And then it kind of moves where it needs to be, but that's really where you want the emphasis, is right in the middle. That's beautiful.
Okay.
Yep, that's enough.
Queen.
Ladies, next we're going to blush. So grab your blush,
okay.
and what I want you to do is, with your blush, you've got your blush brush, you've got the
Yes.
blush there. Go ahead and start again just around the eye, not necessarily right on the cheek, but actually start. Let me grab my brush. Start around the eye itself, all the way up and then all the way down. So you're getting it into the hairline and then down onto the cheek.
Oh, you know, I'm really glad that we're doing this because my husband always says I wear too much blush. Every time I walk out of the house, he says, you need to blend your blush. And he was like, do we need to hire William to teach you how to do your blush? So I was like, no, William's going to teach us
That's
today.
right. We're doing it right now. So absolutely, and that will, I think, keep it from getting too heavy, because again, what blush is, you think what blush is back in the day, they would tell a woman perhaps an off-color joke, and what would she do? Her face would warm up around the outsides, and she would have this small blush to her face. And that's kind of where it started. Then somehow in the 1980s and Dynasty and Dallas days came, and they said, why don't we just see how much blush we can put on a face and see how dark we can make it.
That's the era I grew up in. So obviously that's where I got
I loved it. Are you kidding? It was a makeup artist's dream. But I think what you want to do is just keep it where you see it, but you don't see a lot of color. And you want to make sure and go all the way up into the hairline, but also up into the top of the hairline.
Okay.
Up into the top area. So if you get Ella, the same thing up into the top of your hair. And then you also want to take it along the jawline. Same blush, just along that, underneath that jawline, just to kind of create that little bit of color and depth right through there, and a little bit onto the chin area as well. Up onto the chin.
I haven't been wearing enough blush is my takeaway from today.
I mean, what I'm seeing on the camera, I think it's quite perfect. Do you normally wear more than this then?
Apparently I do.
Because your skin, from what we're looking, your skin is just glowing. It's so natural. You right now could go to a red carpet event because you've got like 80% of your makeup done. The foundation, the lip, the blush. It's really beautiful. So you've really got a glow. You look very healthy.
Well, I really learned some new blush techniques. So thank you. And I'm using Billy's Blues today. Billy's blush.
Yep, it's my one universal color. It looks really beautiful on both of you.
Yeah.
And Ella, you've got that going on there. I'm just seeing how you're doing it. Yep, about like you say, halfway toward, if you look straight in the mirror, about halfway down where the iris is, it's about where you want to start it. So you don't want to come too close to the nose. About halfway down and back is the way to do it. I love it. You look beautiful. Now let's get your eyebrows, may we? Yes. Let's do a little eyebrow pencil. And again, just with your eyebrow, start it so it's right up.
I have here. You can use.
You have one there?
Yeah, I was just going to give her maybe a lighter color than what I have.
Well, mine is more of like a darker than like this is a little caramel.
Yeah.
Is that the taupe? Try it. Try it.
Okay. We'll use the taupe.
Just do a little bit more pressure, and if we need to darken it up, we'll just take a little bit deeper and do a little bit more pressure. But I'm just curious to see how you do. So again, start right up from the corner of your eyes where your eye starts, your eyebrow starts. Yep. And then just small little strokes. Go ahead, and there you go. Perfect. Oh my gosh, I am so out of a job.
I've never done my eyebrows before.
Oh, haven't you really? See, that is exactly what you want to do. Most people, when they do it originally, they just kind of draw on a line, and that's where you get that drawn on look. But see, as an artist and as a makeup artist, we take little teeny, so we're filling in the hair, we're building hair onto the eyebrow. We're not just drawing a line, we're actually building little individual hairs, which is exactly what you're doing. And it's perfect. Oh, I have to show. Oh, by the way, I have to show, can I show you something?
Yeah.
Okay. Where is my Jetsons? Oh, I did this. I meant to show this to Susan Stein last week. She was on, and she's doing artwork now, which is so amazing. And
She's so good at it. It's
I
amazing.
know, just start at it and
And
have
it's
that.
not
I was,
fair. Like she's good at everything. And she
I
looks
know.
so gorgeous on your
Oh,
Billy's Blues Wednesdays with William. She just
thank,
looks perfect.
I think so too. And again, for those of you who haven't seen it, I promise you're going to get a chance to see it. But Susan, if you're there, I was thinking of you and your artwork and how much you love to do. And I think of you and your beautiful studio painting. And I've been painting too. And I just wanted to see what she thinks of my artwork, Susan, if you're watching. I've been working on the Jetsons coloring book. This is Jane Jetson, my first picture.
Wow.
And then I actually did George Jetson. So I just wanted to see if Susan might have a critique, if you're watching, Susan, or perhaps you and I should plan a show together. I'm not sure. But
Now, is your artwork available on billysblues.com?
do you know, I can't part with it. I just can't part with it. So it'll be in my private collection.
I understand.
I have been doing that. I think, I know a lot of us have been doing coloring or jigsaw puzzles or crosswords or redecorating or vamping or cooking or doing whatever. Some people put in pools, but that's I guess that's what you do in New York. So the brows look good, Ella. I think if you don't do your brows, I think a little brow really makes a difference. And I'm looking at yours, Carter. You do your brows. I'm checking it out.
Still
It's okay.
on it.
But don't the brows make a big difference? I've always said that brows are like they frame the face. They really say, hello, here's who I am. Here's what I am. So I think brows are really important.
I was doing a show one time and this woman came up to me and she was like, I have got to tell you something. And I was like, just leaning in, ready to accept the gift. And she goes, I love your eyebrows. And then she walked away.
I know I do that when I see people. I'll come up to someone and say, oh my gosh, you've got the most perfect teeth. Or I love your cheekbones. Or I love you know what I mean? It's interesting what we are all kind of attracted to. So
Yeah.
I think you're doing it. I mean, you too, really, it looks very good. And again, with the brows at this point, if you were to be doing a show, Carter, and someone said, okay, 5 minutes or your call or you're on, you really could go out and do it. That's why I always advise my clients, do your lips first, do your blush, do your brows, and then, the eyes, they're fun. But really, this is the meat of it all right now. So
Yeah, and I kind of feel like in my 30s, I stopped wearing eyebrow pencil, and then in my 40s, I started wearing it again, and I really do think it makes a big difference.
I think so.
Now it's one of those things that I feel like if I went on a deserted island, I wouldn't. I'd have to take some eyebrow pencil.
I always say eyebrow pencil, lip gloss, black licorice. I mean, whatever. You both look beautiful. Now, Ella, do you normally do shadows at this point, or do you, when you're just doing your makeup for when you're doing something, do you go right to a liner, mascara? What do you do?
So usually I'll go in with like a skin colored shadow to kind of just like prep it.
A base?
Yeah, and then add a little bit of like a light brown, and that's usually all I do.
Good. I really am. I'm actually going to be done now, Nella. You're going to take over because there's no point of me being here. That's exactly what you want to do. In fact, Carter, I'm going to tell people a secret that you are the only person in the United States that have Billy's Blues new eyeshadows. So I got Carter's, and they're probably going to be released next week.
I'm going to sell them on eBay and make a lot of money.
Exactly. So go ahead, and if you want to do you generally do your eyeshadows before your liner? I recommend it, but
I do.
Okay, so do the light color over the entire eye, same as you've done before, Ella, just all the way down to the lash line, all the way up to the brow with the light color. You can use a sponge applicator. Your fingers are great. I mean, they always say that a finger is, your fingers are a makeup artist's best friend. So whichever way you're more comfortable doing it. So just do like a light.
Appalled that I use my fingers to put on my makeup.
Well, for like foundation and stuff.
Yeah, it just depends. You know what? I always tell my clients, as long as they're clean and you're not worrying and you're not, it's just one of those things, or you've just got to be careful with. But I think if it works, I am never going to tell somebody not to do something if it works. And I use a brush, of course, with a client, because for a makeup artist, we don't know the pressure we can apply. So of course we're going to do a brush, but doing it yourself, if that works, I think it's brilliant. So light all over the entire eye. And then of course the darker color, you're just going to get your brush, take a touch of it and put in the outside corner of the eye, right in the outside third of the eye.
I don't have a brush.
You use a touch on your finger. You can blend it in with your finger.
Oh, okay, all right.
You bet.
And this is the
Warm tone. Yeah, it's just a light color all over, like it's almost a champagne light color. Then the darker color is just a beautiful kind of a warm taupey brown color that works with everybody, and that just goes right, right on the outside third of the eye there.
Okay.
Just a smudge on that outside third. Yes. Oh, it looks like it's becoming evening in New York.
It is.
It is. Things are getting nice now. Look at
I
that.
think my husband's on. I think he needs to take us out to dinner tonight. What I think, except for there's a pandemic, so there's that.
That's right. Well, it's a beautiful look, and that little bit. And why do we do it on the outside corner? I tell you, we talked about it briefly with the eyes, but it's an interesting thing with human beings. When we look at somebody and we look at their face, we look at the dark color. We don't look at a light color. If there's something darker on them, we look at it darker. So if you do the dark color on the outside of the eye, what it does is it visually pulls your eyes apart. And for whatever reason, we've decided that the further your eyes apart, the more beautiful a face is. It's kind of like a strange thing that we do. So we're always trying to pull the eyes a little bit further apart. So I think by doing that, it does give the illusion that your eyes are a little further apart, and it also kind of has an upward motion on the outside of the eye. And you can blend a little bit up to that brow bone if you want to just make the eye come up a little bit. See, Carter, your fingers work beautifully.
Thank you.
And I think two colors, I think it's great. I don't know that you need to do two colors. I know there's palettes with 6 colors and 8 colors. And back in the 80s, speaking of, we used to do 6 colors on the eye. I think 2 colors are enough. I do. I think it looks great just with the 2 colors.
I like it. It's really natural looking, and it just kind of wakes up your eyes and just kind of brightens them a little bit. I like it.
Yeah. And you can do it if you want to do a little bit on the crease, if you want to do it darker, if you want to add a 3rd, 4th color. But again, I don't like makeup to look like makeup so much as someone to come up and say, you are so beautiful, rather than I love your makeup. And now Roger's going to come and tell you that he loves how beautiful you are, not your makeup.
He's a good boy. We love him.
Yes. Very good. Ellen, let's see yours. Now close your eyes. Very good. You blend yours in really well, don't you? I mean, you just do that kind of a smooth blend all over, which is great. And your eyes both of you have your eyes far apart, so you don't need to overextend. So did you even know that this morning? Would you know that you'd go to bed knowing that your eyes are very far apart, and you should be feeling very good about that? How about we do some eyeliner now?
Okay. Now I have dark navy blue, and then I also have my new limited edition blue ice, both by Billy's Blue. So which do you recommend that I use? And then do you have one that you think Ella should use?
I do the dark blue right along the lash line. Both of you, I would do the dark blue right along the lash line.
Okay.
Because again, what that's going to do is thicken up the actual look of the lashes. So that's what a good liner should do. And this is water resistant, so it stays on. So just kind of go right into the lash line. And so you're running right across the lashes themselves is where you want that liner to go. And I usually recommend everybody use a navy blue. A lot of women like black. That's good. Sometimes I'll mix a black and a navy blue. Some women do brown, but I'll mix again a blue and a brown, just because that blue, of course, brightens up the white of the eyes. If you do just a black eyeliner, just a navy or a brown eyeliner, it can bring a little bit of dullness to the eye. But if you get something blue is just one of those magical colors. It just really makes the eyes pop. So right along that top of that lash line, and again, just all the way from one corner all the way out to the outside of the lash line itself. And of course, if you have a style and you want to take it a little bit further, a little bit of a wing, or you want to create a look, you can certainly do that. But definitely from the very corner all the way to the lash line to the very outside end. Carter, that looks really beautiful.
I like it. It looks.
Let me see. Ooh.
You look beautiful. And then what I do with the limited edition, or my secret weapon, as I call it, is I take that, and you know what I do with that, Carter, is I take it and I just take a little bit of it, and that, I just do it right over the eyelid itself, or right on the eyelash line, right straight ahead if you're looking right over the iris.
Okay.
So right there in that center of your lash line.
And don't pull it out, just a little bit right there.
Yep.
Okay.
A little bit, and then if you need to, you can. There's a blend applicator on the other end of it, and if you need to blend it a little bit, but it just gives, it gives that something special. People look and they go, "What is it about that person? What is it that's something special? What is it about them?" Without seeing a lot of color, but it just gives that little bit of something, which I think is kind of fun.
Yeah.
And Ella, are you using a liquid liner?
No, I'm using the Billy's.
Oh, okay, good. No, I thought you were doing liquid. I was gonna say, I'm very impressed because I've been doing makeup for 130 years and I do not know how to do a liquid liner. I still like a pencil, because then if you goof it, you can smudge it around, you can smear it, you can clean it up. But that liquid, boy, you get those on and they are on for the week, you know.
Yeah.
But that looks really pretty.
Yay.
Oh my gosh. Look how excited I mean, I'm going to do a little backflip here because I get so excited about makeup and hold just kind of the before and after. Not that you're not beautiful without makeup, but to see what makeup does, and it brings me into, you know, the world of fashion, and I just, gosh, it's so pretty. And now let's do mascara.
Okay.
And again, remember with your mascara to start your mascara top first. Top first.
Oh, I see. And brush it down.
Down, right. So do the top first and then come up and brush up underneath.
Now,
It'll be twice as thick, twice as long, and twice as beautiful.
Now, one thing I like to do is I like to use a black mascara and then put a little Billy's Blues over it.
I love it. I think it's great as long as you've got that blue on your eye. Some of my clients do like 2 and 3 coats of Billy's Blues. Some of them just do 1 coat of blue mascara. Some do exactly what you're doing. They'll do a black and then they'll just do a 2nd coat of Billy's Blues. Some will even do a brown and mix the blue over it, and that can be pretty. So whatever kind of works for you originally, go ahead and just go ahead and do it. I love watching. It's almost like getting a massage. I'm so like entranced. I'm watching. I feel like somebody's rubbing my feet or something. You know, you just kind of get so relaxed watching.
And then here's my blue.
Okay, good, Carter. Thank you.
That's really interesting about making it go down. Like, talk to me about that, because you would think you would want it to go up. So what are the benefits of making it go down? You know, starting.
Well, it's just that it coats the top of the lashes. I mean, you know, the mascara companies would love to have you think, at mine as well, that just by, you know, putting a mascara going upwards, that it's going to coat the entire lash all the way around. Well, it's just going to coat the bottom of the lash because that's what it's touching. But so you want to get the top lashes on top. I've done it. If you ever see somebody who's got like light blonde eyelashes, and they just do the bottom, they close their eyes and they're still light blonde on the top, but dark underneath. So you really need to go to get the entire lash on top and on the bottom. And then your 2nd coat, of course, is going to brush it up.
Oh, okay. All right.
I love it. So it is really fun and interesting watching the chat too. So Susan Stein is on and she's having her ice cream like we talked about the other day. And somebody has those sticks that you were talking about has sent a link. And Roger has also been very comical today. But somebody also asked, what if you have small lashes? What are some tips and tricks if you've got smaller lashes? Everybody wants those full, nice, long lashes. But what if you have smaller lashes? Sure.
You know, there's a couple of things you can do, and that is a great question. One is they do have eyelash base, and they really work. I call it cement for the eyelashes because it goes on, it's kind of thick, it dries to actually like a thicker, fuller lash. It's like a base. And so those do make your lashes thicker. You do a coat or two of those and then do your mascara. It will build your lashes up sometimes twice to the amount they have. Also, you know, I'm not opposed to some false eyelashes. I think they can be beautiful if they're applied correctly and they don't damage your actual eyelashes, or just a few in the outside corner. Individual lashes can be beautiful too. And they do have mascaras, excuse me, that are thickening mascaras. Mine is just a general lengthening, thickening. I don't have a lot of fiber in mine because I don't care for the fibers coming down onto the, but if you really have small, short eyelashes and want thicker, longer, get a mascara that's got like a little bit of fiber in it, then put the Billy's Blues over it, and you should be good. But try a lash base. All the companies make them. They really do work. So now, Carter, do you normally do anything under the eye?
I do. I usually put mascara underneath, but a makeup artist, I did something where somebody had to do my makeup, and she said not for me not to have eyeliner under my eyes. So I've kind of stopped doing that. And I don't know. So then sometimes I put mascara underneath, and sometimes I don't. But I'll do whatever you tell me to do.
I think I don't like liner under the eye necessarily, but what I like to do is just get, and we don't really have. You don't have a small brush, do you? With you there, so just get like a little bit of your blue. Yeah, just get a little bit of the blue pencil, or that's fine. Or take a little dab of that brown, the brown eyeshadow.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And just smudge about a third of it underneath. That's what I like to see. You want a little definition sometimes there. You just don't want the thickness or the darkness of an actual liner, of an eyeliner. So just kind of a little smudge of that about a third of the way over maybe, I think is really beautiful. And it just gives that little extra something without closing up the eye. Okay, now Ella, let me see yours. Come, okay, go. No, go. I want you to do it too beautiful. I just need to get close. That's beautiful. Wow, I love. Do we have a future Billy's Blues models here? Do you think?
She's pretty.
I am loving the look, Ella. You look just beautiful. My gosh.
That's kind of neat that with your cosmetics, you know, it works for women of all ages, you know, because I know my mom loves Billy's Blues, all the Billy's Blues products, and now it looks like we've got a new convert over here. So
well, I think what it is too is I think, you know, that makeup, no matter what age you are, it just needs to do an enhance. It enhances a little bit of this. It gives a little color. It just brings out the beauty. And so there really isn't an age where suddenly I should do more makeup, I should do less. I mean, it really is just that, whether you're 14, whether you're 50, whether you're 80, just that little bit of really the same classic makeup works. So you're absolutely right. There's not really tricks for younger to older. The only thing when I have somebody, an older client, of course, is when we're trying to cover things up, we're trying to hide things. And then, of course, we have to do a few tricks, but both of you look so beautiful. We don't have to do a thing. I love that.
Thank you.
Now, can you do just a touch of glow on your cheekbone for me?
Yes.
I'd love just a little bit of glow there. Ella, the same thing for you, just both of you.
Okay.
And go ahead and take a little bit of it. You can use your fingers, you can do a brush, and just put it right on the cheekbone. Put a little bit over your eyebrow, on the outside half of your eyebrow. There you go. Right along there.
Fancy makeup wipes that I use by
Yes.
Kirkland, the big famous designer. Kirkland.
Oh, oh, Ella, that's perfect. See, that just gives this brightness to the skin and just highlights.
How to do that? How do you do it, Ella?
You just kind of pat it onto your cheekbone.
Mm-hmm.
And where do you start it?
Just really where the cheekbone starts, about right almost directly down from the outside of the eye generally. You can come in a little bit, but yeah, just about halfway through, exactly. And then just kind of pat it on and you just kind of blends right in. Oh, Carter, and we can see that. I think you can see it, but from what we're looking at too, it's really beautiful what it does. It just gives this highlight. Again, it catches the light to that area and really gives that youthful glow. A little on that side. I'm entranced watching it. And then you can do just a little, like I say, right over the eyebrow, just over the, like maybe the outside. It's almost like where you'd have a little natural sheen to your face. Very pretty. And you can even do just a little touch even
Where
on the
does
tip
it start on the eyebrow? Where does that start?
outside third. Right, almost, yeah, exactly. Where it starts to go down, you have 2/3 going up, a third going down. Just right up there, kind of on the brow, right above the top there. Just for a little extra. And you can do just a dab on the chin, a little bit right on the center of the chin, and just a little touch on the tip of your nose if you want. Just a
Ooh.
I
little.
love putting highlighter on my nose.
Oh, good for you. Look at, well, yeah, I mean, there's a reason we do it. Oh my gosh.
I also like to put highlighter like in the inner corners of my eye.
That's a great idea.
That's like
Anything
a
to,
kind of a young trend. I've seen that with a lot of like younger
yeah.
girls.
And they do it to a point too, where it actually, you can see it much more as we get a little older. I put like a highlighter in there, but I make it so you don't see it. It just makes you look young, like you're doing a trend, I guess. But when you're younger, you definitely, and that's what's fun about being young. You can get away with so many fun things and do what's, but this is just that classic, perfect, I mean, look that I think is just, it makes me so happy to see.
I love when you did your whole thing about all about lips, and you had your gorgeous mom with that just beautiful red lip, and I thought she just looked so stylish and so
Thank you,
gorgeous.
Carter.
Beautiful.
And there's no right and wrong. That's probably, I'm gonna have to
A
figure
lot
it
of
out,
people
right?
say don't wear a big red lip if you're older, and
Right,
I
and that's
love
probably the
it.
one question I get asked the most is, I'm to a certain age, can I wear red? And I'm like, are you kidding? I will go out with you and we will buy you the brightest, most beautiful red you can wear. And it's just, it's really, it can be stunning. It just has to be the right look. So how does that look to you? Is it different? Ella, is this a little different than you normally do? I mean, I think it looks
It looks
wonderful on you.
so good. I have to say the glow is like, it
Yeah.
really,
Blinding.
that's a must have item, I
And
think.
Carter, is this what you think?
I think, you know what? I think it's like, it looks very like summer sun kissed. I think I just look like I've been out in the sun, which
Exactly.
I try not to do because I'm always, I wear swim shirts. Like I try to protect myself from the sun. And so I think it just kind of, I think like if a friend showed up, they'd be like, were you in the sun? I
Yeah.
just think it looks very sun kissed.
And I love that. And you can take the same principles we did, of course, here. And then if you want to go out or you're doing something, a little bit more, you can add a little more, of course, a little heavier liner, extra coat of mascara, darker lip, whatever you want to do. But the basic, I think, is so good. And you look so beautiful. We are going to take an after picture too, if you don't mind, because I want to do that. But if you've got a couple minutes, and I know we're running close to time, but Daniel, can we just, I know there's a couple questions that we have, and if we can do that, I'd be so thrilled.
Sure, no problem. We actually did have somebody saying that they were a little scared of highlighter as somebody in their 50s, and somebody else chiming in, highlighter at any age, just be careful. So what are your thoughts on that?
I'm for highlighter at any age. I think it's like anything. Of course, you've got to put it on correctly. You don't want it to be too much. But again, the older we get, we lose that shine. You see someone younger, they have that natural shine, that natural highlight. Look at a child playing in the sun. Their face is just shiny. The older we get drier. We lose all of that. So absolutely, I don't want it to be, and there's products out there, it reminds me of the 70s where we had the eyeshadow that you would put on and it would be so effervescent and so glittery. And so you don't want anything obviously like that. But the new products, the new glows, the new effervescence, they go on, they just bring the highlight to the face. Look at Carter's gorgeous face glowing. That is perfect for any age. Carter's in her 30s. If she were in her 40s, 50s, it'd be appropriate.
My
60s,
life is so
70s.
full of possibilities. It's
Yep.
just a whole world out there for me.
I love it. So there's a couple questions about singing too, away from makeup. Let's see, who is it? Somebody asking about who's your favorite female Broadway star? I know that's a tough question to answer.
If they're asking me, it would be Carter Calvert, but that's just, or no, and Karen Morrow and Eileen Graff. I'm just trying to think of all my favorites, but
Right.
no, but Carter, who's yours?
Well, I'm friends with Carol Demas, who is the original Sandy and Grease. So she's one of my favorite people and performers. I mean, her voice just really just gets to me. I don't know. I love
I
Stephanie
know
J.
it's
Block because she is so fabulous, and also she decorated my house. So that was exciting. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'd have to think about it. I'm just so Ella and I. One of our favorite things to do is go see Broadway shows. We love Hamilton. We love Dear Evan Hansen. So we're just like Mean Girls. We saw Mean Girls. Who's your favorite Broadway performer? Oh, Ella, you look gorgeous. Like
Thank
your
you.
eyes look amazing. She looks
Thanks.
amazing. I mean, yeah.
there's tons of comments too throughout the chat saying you both look fantastic.
Oh,
Aw,
thank
thank
you. That's
you.
very sweet.
I love it. So that, and speaking of that too, with you and just going like this with your hair looks so healthy. Tyra Jameson is asking, how do you keep it so healthy? Is there anything special that you use?
She,
Um,
yeah. Is
I
this a
mean,
question for Ella?
not really. I don't really use that many hair products. I just wash it, like, I know you're not really supposed to wash it like every day. So I wash it like every couple of days, and that's kind of it.
It
Nice.
looks
She has
beautiful, Ella. Really
amazing
good.
hair. She has
It-
amazing hair. She just,
Yeah.
if she goes out in a storm or it's humid, her hair looks better. It's insane.
There was actually somebody on the chat that said that they were loving you with your longer hair too, Carter.
Oh, thank you.
I'll have to look back. I can't find it quickly, but they were saying that they were digging you with the longer hair.
Oh, that's so kind. I've had short hair forever, and I was just starting to let it grow out. And my hairdresser, I said, "Why don't we cut it before, I kind of got a sense it was shutting down a little bit. I didn't know we'd be shut down this long." And she was like, "No, let's leave it long." And I mean, it needs a haircut. I have not had a haircut for 4 months. In fact, my husband had to highlight it because it just looked terrible. And my hairdresser is stuck in Ireland. She cannot get out. So
What a terrible place to be stuck, I'm sure.
yes.
So then somebody also said that they saw your one-woman show last year and you were amazing. Where can I buy your music? It was Donna Williams.
Well, right now it's available you can stream it through iTunes and Amazon. And we had a hard copy CD, but most people just aren't really using them anymore. I mean, I sell them at our solo concerts, but online, really, you can just buy it in digital form.
I love it. So anywhere digital downloads are great. You always know it's going to back to the artist, which is fantastic. And then also, I think there's one last question. William, you had alluded to it a couple times. When is your eyeshadow going to be available?
Oh, you know what? We are diligently working to get that, sent across the country right now. Shipping everything, of course, is a little bit delayed, but it is finished. It is packaged. It is ready, and I will definitely let everybody know. Probably next week's show. I'll give everybody a date when it will be available online. So, Carter, you're the only woman in the world wearing it. I'm so proud. You look beautiful.
I'm so excited. Thank you.
You look so beautiful.
I love it. I'm going to pop my video out, and then I'm going to get a little screenshot of you guys, so then we can go. So on smile on 3, 1, 2, 3. I love it. All right.
Oh, thank you. Excuse me, Carter. Ella, thank you so much. I mean, I can't even tell you what this
We're such big fans. We
means
just
to
love
me,
you.
though. Well, to have you doing this for me.
Can I say just a couple of things? I just want to say hi to my deck divas, all my girls, my friends since 4th grade are here today. And I want to say hi to my Crystal family because we love you guys so much, and thanks for being so supportive of us. And I want to say hi to Yaya. Everybody asks about Yaya.
She's been on the chat. I'll have to send you guys a chat because it'll be wonderful for you guys to
I can't
read.
wait.
All your supporters are definitely out there.
Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Wear
I
a mask.
appreciate it.
Wear a
Bye-bye.
mask.
Thank you.
All right,
Oh my
William,
gosh.
take us home here. They were so fantastic. I love them. Such a great duo.
My gosh, my gosh, my gosh. How much fun is that? They really are just, you have those people in your life. They're just people that are in your life, and you know they're there for a reason, and they'll be there forever. And when you meet those people, and like she was talking, these wonderful friends from Cincinnati and her wonderful mother and our Crystal family is is the closest group you can imagine in my Billy's Blues family. But anyway, thank you, Carter Calvert, and thank you, Ella. What I do want to show you is virtual makeovers. I hope you enjoyed that. They really are fun. So if anybody's interested in that, you can go to the website. You can email me, william@billysblues.com. I don't have a specific page for that, but I will get back to you. And then I want to tell you a little bit about next week. I think we've got a slide ready for next week. Let's see here. Oh, Daniel, go back one. I think there's, nope. There we go. Nope. In between? Nope. Okay. There's a slide somewhere between you and I, somewhere floating between LA and Palm Springs. Ladies and gentlemen, I love this. A woman who cuts her hair is about to change her life. So I think this is a perfect time for those of you that might be thinking of trying something new. Again, I realize that salons are not open, but I'm talking generally over the next course of time. It might be something to think about. And that leads me to next week's show, which I am so thrilled and so delighted that I have. I'm not going to call her a hairstylist. She is known as an architect of hair. Her name is Joy Fields. She is beyond talented. I've had the extreme pleasure and gift to work with the best of the best when it comes to makeup artists and hairstylists and designers, etc. and I can think of no one that has this talent that this wonderful Joy has. So she is going to be my guest next week. What I want from you is I want some photos. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're thinking of maybe wanting to change your hair, maybe wanting to do something a little different, send me a photo, and Joy and I are going to talk about COVID hair and about hair that's going gray and what to do with it and about the perfect cuts and the perfect color. And I think it'll be a lot of fun, but she said she would be delighted to take a look at your photos and just offer some fun suggestions. So if you're thinking you might want to have someone like Joy Fields tell you what might be a fun or something different with your hair, please send those photos to me at william@billysblues.com. That will be next week's show. Thank you, Carter. Thank you, Ella. Thank you all so much for again spending this time with me on Wednesday. I feel like I'm ready to go for another week until next Wednesday. So again, I thank you. I please ask that you're happy. I ask you to be healthy, and please be beautiful. So thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you guys once again. Thank you, William. And join us next week again for our special guest and hair architect, Joy Fields. If you guys want to send in pictures, please send them to william@billysblues.com. We will see you again next Wednesday, same time, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We will see you next week. Bye-bye.